In this webinar today. My name is Misha and I'm happy to present SmartPTT release 9.7. It was improved with a set of new features, enhancements, and fixed issues. Okay, let's move to main points of this release. It contains upgraded cross-patching, web client, IP camera support, and something more. However, the main points of this new release you just see on this screen. First of all, it's a long-awaited Avigilon integration. On the next slide, we'll discuss it better and more. A web client upgrade. Some more words I also will say about this good feature and this good product. And a really interesting thing, which is called SmartPTT Dispatcher Authentication Upgrade. Of course, we will talk about it, and all these main points I will explain. Okay, let's start from the Avigilon integration. Of course, you know that Motorola has bought this Avigilon company. As I know, as I have seen, it's really good and powerful tool. Not just a simple IP cameras, but such, how to say, huge abilities presented by this tool. So I guess such amazing product will be really interesting for government or huge companies who are really interested in detection of some objects or something else. And of course, Big Brother watching all of us, and cameras are becoming more popular, more powerful. And if you worked before with SmartPTT, you know that this Avigilon is our really big first step for IP camera support. We decided to start with Avigilon, but then during the coming year or at the beginning of next year, we're going to fully support other vendors, other IP cameras. Of course, we know that it's important for the market, but we are not hurrying to release it because we would like to make this functionality really cool and stable. But regarding Avigilon, so with integration of Avigilon Control Center, if you heard about it, you know it. So it's a video management software. The new SmartPTT version supports Avigilon cameras. So what can we do in SmartPTT? We can choose desired camera, we can view what is happening and gain better situation awareness. Please note that integration with Avigilon requires the corresponding SmartPTT license. Let's move to the next really cool feature. Another main point, sorry. So let me shortly explain what is a web client. How much sure you know and heard about this product. Anyway, web client is a just short or simple version of a SmartPTT desktop. You can use SmartPTT, but in a browser. If you are working with us with the SmartPTT for many years, and you worked before with the web client feature, you know that, to be honest, previously web client was awful. It was difficult to configure it. Even tech support didn't like to do it. It has less functionality, only voice calls, text messages, and GPS tracking. But I'm saying it because now web client is totally different. It's kind of a brand new solution. So it's not the web client that we had before. So now you see that how many features from the desktop SmartPTT now we have just in a simple, I don't know, Google browser or some other browser that support it. And first of all, you see features mentioned here, which we added, but let's start from the simplest one. Profile support. For those who are familiar with SmartPTT profiles, knows this powerful and useful feature. Now SmartPTT web client also provides the ability to use profiles for user permissions and restriction management. Once again, if you tried profiles before, you know how does it work, and it's really powerful thing. So you can control permissions of each dispatcher. Some dispatchers should be administrator rights, some just simple operators, which who just can't choose or change anything. Some cut functionality, and it's important for many companies. Another absolutely new implementation to SmartPTT web client is emergency alarms and calls. So as I said before, we had calls, but it was simple voice calls, but now emergency calls are also available. When an emergency occurs, SmartPTT client notifies dispatcher about the usage of the dedicated panel and the audible alarm. So dispatcher just can turn off sound alert or remove the emergency notification for when it was resolved. So as you know, emergency is a key moment of our job. It's a critical communication. So I think emergency is really nice and great that this feature was added to the web client. Okay, so let's move to more visual picture. So now it's again about web client, but you see the totally different product that we had before and how great he's looking now, really modern and perfect. To be honest, I like it too much. Hope you will like it too, as well as our customers who are already using it. So another really cool feature that we brought from the SmartPTT desktop is a custom console feature. Our famous feature that we have created many years before, but we were improving it from release to release. And now this feature is here. Each element of custom console retains its functionality and can be customized. It includes configuring element size, color, icon, font size, and even word wrapping. When custom console is configured, it becomes available for all web client users. So you see that working area of web client can be split vertically or horizontally into areas. Each area is able to show the custom console, the map, or the event log. Sorry. Okay, good. So another thing is cross patches. Cross patching, for those who already worked with SmartPTT knows what is it. Anyway, it's a kind of bridging feature when we can organize communication between different groups from different systems. Group 1 from system number 1 from IPsite Connect number 1, and group number 2 from another MOTOTRBO system. Usually they're independent and can't work between each other, but we organize in this cross patch. And of course, this also feature was brought from the desktop version of SmartPTT. Here we also can manage cross patches, both their own and those created by other dispatchers. So it's really cool, I guess. If you create a here cross patch, other web client users will see it too and can manage it also. Okay, another thing is a night mode. As you see, we also have a day version, a day mode. It's white one. Okay, and call mode, another feature. Its ability to configure the call mode. It's added to the web client now, and now calls can be initiated using different methods, like single click or tap, press and hold, or right click. So hope you know what is the difference between previous one and this one. I'm really happy that we have created this product. Hope your customers will like it too. And another great feature which was added to the web client, the last one. So many years we used not really good utility for providing voice It was called audio proxy, if somebody is familiar with it. But finally, we have done this improvement, and now SmartPTT Web Client receives all information from Radioserver and transmit it over the SIP RTP protocol. So it doesn't require now any other utility like audio proxy or something else, because voice and data reception and transmission are going directly by this protocol. So I guess it's really good news. By the way, one more interesting moment about web client. As I said at the beginning, it was really difficult to configure your web client before because some Windows, how to say better, products like EASE and Windows things had to be configured, but now it's really simple. If you install SmartPTT like next, web client is already installed. You just need to click some additional configure settings and it will be configured. Okay, so let's move to the third main point of the release 9.7. It's authentication upgrade, as I said before. So some time ago, we decided to improve authorization in SmartPTT and security in general. Actually, at first, the improvement was focused on trunking operators. But after release, we understood that we have some other advantages of this feature. And so SmartPTT dispatcher authorization process is significantly changed. As you can see in the picture now, SmartPTT Radioserver is able to deny SmartPTT dispatcher connection. It is also able to require SmartPTT authentication. So in simple words, I will try to explain it just it to be clear. Some time ago, we decided that, if dispatcher, all dispatchers use the same server, in fact, they could be not the single company. They could be from different companies. But as you understand from the security part, from the moment of authorization, dispatcher from another company, but related to the same server, must not have the access to the server information. So previously, dispatcher just could ask for event log of Radioserver, and it's easy. You just see the all information which is stored on SmartPTT server, right? But it's not really good for some companies. As I said, dispatchers could be from different departments or even for different companies. So that's why they must not see this information. So now, not the problem, but this feature was implemented and SmartPTT authentication became more flexible, more secure. I guess it's really a good step for the new quality of our product. If you are working at a trunking operator, or you have a customer client who is working in this sphere, I'm almost sure they would be interested in this feature and this functionality. Okay, let's move to the other upgrades that we have in the SmartPTT 9.7. These features are not very small, as well as not very huge, but they are important. Cross patching. I already mentioned that we have done cross patches in web client, but also we have done some improvements for SmartPTT desktop version. So now the difference is, if dispatcher has created the cross patch between different groups, even if dispatcher application will be closed, cross patch is not disappeared. So before, in previous version, yes, if you close dispatcher with a working cross patch will stop. And it's a normal thing. But we decided to change our policy regarding cross patches. And so now it's more flexible again. So the key feature that even PC, I don't know, crashed or fell down, but cross patch is required, it still will work. It's stored on the radio server. I guess that's cool. Next is automatic gain control. SmartPTT now supports the well-known feature AGC. For example, in some Windows or other OS or different application, it's a known feature, and now it's applicable for incoming calls from radio addressed to other radios or dispatchers. The feature makes everyday job of operator much easier and comfortable from my perspective, because imagine that incoming calls from different radios has a different uh, volume level. How annoying is it to choose any to change any every time the volume, right? So some radios are quiet, some loud, so not really convenient. But now we have solved this uncomfortable moment. As I mentioned previously, we have upgraded profiles, not only web client, but in SmartPTT too. So I recommend you to try it. Really good tool for security tool or tool for permissions and restrictions. So during the 2019, even when I was in India, I was mentioning everywhere about new solution. And finally, we're ready to tell about it. As you know, for many years, we didn't do any updates for our mobile application. But at the end of 2019, we have rescued mobile application version 4.0. And in the nearest time, we are going to release SmartPTT 9.7.1. Together with it, mobile application 5.0 version. And of course, it would be a totally brand new solution. So now SmartPTT mobile application is already available for Android and iOS, but it's version number 4.0. And unfortunately, it doesn't work with 9.7 with the latest release, but it works with previous 9.5 and 9.3, 9.4. But the coming 9.7.1 will have an absolutely new mobile application, as you can see on the slide. It's really cool. And the biggest difference that now mobile users will be able to communicate between each other like radio subscribers. Before, our mobile application had an ability to work like a dispatcher, in a simple words. But then new POC solution will work with Wi-Fi, 4G, LTE, and other cellular types of network.